What's up, guys? It's Scott
and Liz
from King Queen Cichlids. Oh my God, did we really look this rough?
Yep.
Give us a sound check, guys. Let us know how we are, if you guys can hear us. And stay away from the TV or your monitor or your phone because you don't want to catch whatever we got. So anyone can tell us if we have good video and good audio. Let us know, please.
And I don't know about you, but I don't think I look that rough.
Oh, baby, you never look rough.
Yeah,
You're gorgeous. Thanks a lot, Susie Q, for starting that conversation about what happens
when you fight before you go live.
Which
Because
we've had that happen several times.
And you have to act your butt off. You really do.
Yes, that's for sure. Good sound, says Don. Johnny can hear fine. All right, guys, so we're going to get started. Obviously, we are under the weather, and we're going to give you the best that we can give you. So let's get started. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to have the energy I normally have. I'm going to give you the best that I got. First thing I want to do is welcome everyone to our live feed. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being with us. We didn't know until the last minute if we were going to go on or not. We were like, do you want to go on? I was like, yeah, I kind of want to go on. It's, but thank you guys for coming. We greatly appreciate it. First thing we want to do, as Funk always says, these live streams wouldn't be successful without our mod. So please stop doing that fishy business. Thank you for being a mod. Candy Overhauls, the best mod in the world. Thank you for being a mod. One Fish, Two Fish, ROC. Elizabeth, thank you for being here. Mr. B's Fishing Things, thank you for being here. Aquafunk, the Angel Freak, thank you for being here. Rob93 Aquatics, I love you. And then finally, Bob Kaler from Kaler Aquatics. Thank you guys so much for being mods and making this stream go as smoothly as possible. So, did a super chat from Mad Fish Diva already? Feel better soon, fun. I'm sorry, I took over your thing.
No, that's all right.
Thank you, Diva. I don't get sick often. I really don't. And if I get sick, I'm really sick. And I don't take medicine. I really hate taking medicine.
Which is why he stays sick when he gets sick.
Well, I believe in natural remedies. So and what's funny is that when I get sick, Liz always gets sick somehow.
I had a migraine, totally different thing.
Yeah, but anyway, so let's keep this thing going. I know she comes on at 9, so we want to respect her. Let's see. I do want to talk about, first of all, Q Aquatics. She is at 1,850 subscribers. I want to get this young lady to 2,000 subscribers. So anyone in my stream, if you have not gone to Q Aquatics, please check her out. She is the Noah's Ark of pets and animals. Anything from reptiles, birds to fish. Definitely check her out. I want to get her to 2,000 subscribers and beyond, obviously, but just want to shout her out today, as well as Aquafunk, the Angel Freak. He's in a similar situation. He's very close to 2,000 subscribers, so check Aquafunk, the Angel Freak out. If you haven't heard of him before, where have you been? Great guy, lots of information, but the best thing about him is his personality and his style. It's unlike anyone else's. I think he's one of the best YouTube live feeds out there, and then I enjoy his comment too. You're going to be patting your... Yes,
yeah,
go ahead.
So we have a question, and it's speeding right by me. So Johnny One-Ups, do you guys use the Python system for water changes, or do you have another way to do?
Yes, we use the Python. I use the Python style, although it doesn't go to my sink. My sink sucks. I actually drain it right outside my door. This room was an add-on. It's a, what do you call this, a sunroom?
It was a sunroom at one point. Probably a porch, then turned into an all-purpose sunroom.
And so I have access to my sink, which is right in behind those windows right there. I know it looks like we're outside, but we're not. This is actually our fish room. And then I have a door right there where I run the hose at. So I fill it up through the windows, and then I let it go out the door right there. So,
but it's not necessarily a Python system like they sell the Python with the kits. It's a water garden hose and then another hose to take it outside. It's our own system.
Well, it is a Python hose that doesn't work, so I've made it work to what we do. But all right.
So Greg Bean, $4.99 super chat. Need to kick the wine tonight and drink some Alabama moonshine. Will cure what you got or make you so hungover it wants to leave your body.
Yeah, guys. I've been doing live feeds for 2 years now, something like that. I think this is the first live feed I've ever been sick. And yes, go ahead.
So we got another super chat, $5.
Thank you, guys.
Love you guys. $5 for the Liz Wine Fund. Also, how do I get a King and Queen Cichlids shirt? Michael, you message me with your address and information, and we'll set that up.
Speaking of getting the t-shirt, I do want to apologize. We ran a live feed on Halloween or a few days before Halloween, and there was 2 people that won, and I haven't gotten those packages out. One of those is Mob Guppy. Peter, I haven't forgotten about you. I'll get that out to you this week. I apologize for getting behind. It's just been a crazy month for me. So I haven't forgotten you or the other winner, and we will get that out to you shortly. Have you been able to get out any t-shirts out?
No, we did get the t-shirts in. I have not gotten them sent out yet, but I will get on that.
Okay. So what do we got going on over there?
Warrior Planet Tanks, a $5 super chat. Thank you very much.
Steve, we love you, man. I love your live feeds, man. You missed his live feed last night. You have to check him out. He's so good.
LT's Aquavision. I've been keeping fish for all of 3.5 months. Any and everything I learned is that new. Well, welcome to the fish fun. You'll be broke in no time.
All right, so I do want to talk a little bit. As you guys know, I have a great friendship with Susie Q, and I hope she's all right with me calling her that. Q Aquatics, Susan, and Jason, Aquafunk. We have our little chat room that we discuss stuff all the time. Last week, I was really feeling myself, going through some emotional stuff, and I was like a diva. Like, I was really having a diva moment.
So that's the picture you chose to put up? You couldn't put up a drag queen or something that was going to get Mariah Carey in the tatas.
So I was having a real diva moment, and then Aquafunk came to me and he gave me a snicker. And I reverted back to being who I normally am. But I was just going through a moment. I was like, I came up with that first. I did this, blah, 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 blah. And I was really, really feeling myself. And it's good to have people around you that will bring you back down to earth. So, Funk, thank you for giving me that snicker. And thank you for getting me out of my thoughts and my own ego. I do appreciate that, my friend.
So, Candy said you could have just put a picture of yourself up, Scott, for that diva.
Ouch, Candy. Ouch. So speaking of diva, this segment is going to be a lot about us. All right, we had a lot of things that happened, a lot of goals that we hit. So it's going to sound egotistical, but I do want to celebrate and share some of the things that happened to us. Number one being we hit 4,500 subscribers yesterday. So thank you to each and every one of you that have subscribed to our channel, who supports us, shows us love. Comes to our premieres. I mean, we have the best premieres. I mean, there's 40 and 50 people showing up at our live premieres every Friday. I've changed the time to 8 o'clock now. I just see better results live streaming it. Premiering at 8 o'clock. I think it's because people are home at that time.
Well, yeah, and you were doing it at 6 o'clock?
I was
people
doing it
are
at
having
5.
dinner and just getting home from work.
So thank you, everyone, for getting us to 4,500 subscribers. I just looked at it. We're at 4,511 already. So we're picking up a lot of subscribers. Thank you very much. Obviously, you like what we're doing, and we're going to keep doing it. The next thing, we got a certificate also for 400,000 views.
Woo-hoo.
That's incredible. I can't fathom that there's been 400,000 views. Our videos have been seen that many times. So thank you guys again for your support for doing that. We got a lot of awards in November, and then the last award we got 1st of November, and we hit 150 videos. So for us to have 400,000 views and only have 150 videos made, it says a lot about our content. So I'm pretty proud about that. So thank you very much for that, guys. Any questions, or are we okay?
We're good so far.
Last thing I want to talk about, well, not the last thing. I put a video out about rescuing some Oscars that we absolutely love. Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. We're going to get through this cold. And the video went out on Friday at 8, and by Saturday it already had 1,000 views. It's doing really well. So if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Give me a like if you like it, or leave me comments below if you didn't like it. But yes, go ahead.
So we got a super chat from our buddy Mike over at the Fish Tank Barn, $4.99. Hey Scott and Liz, are you going to the OCA? Congrats on 4,500 subs.
Thank you so much, Mike. I am sorry to disappoint you, but I don't think we're going to the OCA. We had some things going on at home that we're trying to deal with. And then we are actually going to Atlantic City, for Thanksgiving weekend. I've already booked the room, sent you the information, and we're going to a really top-notch restaurant called Gallagher's. It was voted best restaurant in 2016, so I'm looking forward to doing that. Liz and I have never gone away for the weekend on Thanksgiving.
Nope.
And I'm so excited to spend a little alone time with you now that we have an extra person in the house. Now that we have extra dogs and stuff, so I'm really looking forward to getting away for a couple of days. We got a nice room looking out over the ocean, and we already have dinner planned. It's going to be a lot of fun. So looking forward to having some alone time.
Romance.
And some romantic time. So, any other questions or anything?
So LT had asked about the Starry Night cichlid. Let me scroll back up here. Hey, Thirsty.
LT, that is the Paratilapia paulini.
Right. He wants more information on it.
I have a couple of videos out on that particular fish. LT, if you want to check my video library, what I can tell you is that they are from Madagascar, which is a West African island. Or, excuse me, it's an island off of Africa. It's not a West African island. Jeez, Scott. They get anywhere from 10 to 12 inches. I'm sorry, guys. I really don't feel good. And they're some of the most beautiful cichlids ever. I'm going to show you my fish cam because I wanted to highlight the Oscars today. But in this Oscar tank, there is one of the Starry Nights in there as well. Now, there he is at the very, very top. These guys are all getting along well. I will explain the story about how all these guys got together shortly. But wanted to show that in case you wanted to see what the Starry Night looked like. Yes.
So we do have another question from Ray Sadek. Hey guys, why is my male cichlid being over aggressive with his female?
What kind of cichlid is it?
Well, does it really matter?
It really doesn't matter. That's that's what cichlids do. When they want to mate, they get very aggressive and physical, and they want to get the female to a certain spot to lay eggs at a certain spot, and that's what happens. What you need to do is be very careful that the male doesn't get so aggressive that he kills the female, which happens on a regular basis. Make sure there's plenty of hiding places that female can go to that male can't get to. If you can't provide hiding places, take that female out or put a divider in, and the divider needs to have a hole that only the female can get in, that the male can't get in. So I hope that answers your question. Good? All right, so we're sick, right?
Yeah.
I'm calling to my boss because if I don't call my boss tonight, he's going to be all butthurt that I'm not at work. So I got to give him a call. But I'm definitely not going to work tomorrow. I'm going to take a me day. I am on salary, and there's so many times where I work on Saturdays. And being on salary, you're not really getting paid for these days that I go and work in salary. I'm not getting paid for all the overtime they do on a regular basis. I work anywhere from 50 to 60 hours a week. So I deserve a day. I want to get over this cold. Reason why I'm talking about this is because I got Disney Plus, and I saw The Mandalorian, episode 1 and episode 2. Do I have that on here? And it was fantastic. I love it. I'm going to watch it again. You're going to work tomorrow?
Yeah, so you can watch it as many times as you want.
I'm going to watch it, and it's great. I love the Disney Plus channel. All the Marvel movies are there. You like it because
it has my 1950s through the 1980s classic Disney movies like The Ugly Dachshund, Mr. Boogedy, The Journey of Natty Gann, all these great old films that I just love.
Yeah. Now, John from KG Tropicals and Bob from Steenfot Aquatics did a live feed yesterday, and some people were complaining that they weren't talking about fish. I'm not going to always talk about fish in my live streams. I really enjoy comic books, sci-fi, and stuff like that. And before we get to fish stuff, I might talk about that stuff because I consider our live streams the opportunity to get to know you guys better and you guys get to know me. So if you're looking for 100% fish information on this live stream, it's not probably going to happen. This is just my time to spend with you. Yes.
So we do have a couple more questions. Somebody had asked, what size tank can I keep an Oscar in long term? The smallest tank.
I'm going to say, let's go back to the fish cam. This tank right here is a 4-foot tank, 110-gallon tank. How many times can I say tank? I don't know. I think this would be fine for 2, maybe 3 at best. These guys are probably not going to get any bigger than 14 to 16 inches, and they will be fine in a tank this size. I wouldn't do a 75. I wouldn't do a 55, obviously. Maybe you can get one in a 90, but something like this, I think they'll be fine. And these guys are like, what do you think, 12, 13 inches? Are you even with me?
I was reading the questions, sorry.
How big do you think the Oscars
About
are?
10 inches, yeah.
So they'll get another 6 inches, and I think they'll be absolutely fine in here. Go ahead. What are you smiling about?
Well, somebody, LT had said Mr. Boogedy, ? Yes, Mr. Boogedy. It is a classic Disney Sunday night movie. Back when movies were fun and simple.
Yeah.
So, okay, Sparrow the Bearded Dragon says, I recently purchased a Lake Malawan golden cichlid and 3 dwarf flag cichlids. My plan is to put them in a 40 breeder when they grow up. Any tips?
They're not, I don't know if you're new to our channel, they're not my typical cichlids. I keep Central and South American cichlids. I think they'll be fine if I give you just a direct answer. I think they'll be fine. Make sure there's plenty of rock work, decorations, so everyone has their own territory.
And I'm not sure what a Lake Malawi golden cichlid is, which species that is, but the dwarf flag cichlids, they're south or central, and the other is Lake Malawi.
Yeah,
so
I don't. People do it, but I wouldn't necessarily say that you should mix those two since they're from 2 different areas. It's been done before, but it's not the best conditions for those fish. But 40 breeder, I think they'll be fine. But do a little research on that. I think that the Malawi should deserve his own tank with his own parameters.
Jay's Betta Fish Room. What is the minimum tank size for a single flower horn and a minimum size for a pair?
Flower horns are similar to Amphilophus. They will get, I've seen some flower horns get 19, 20 inches. So I would say a minimum.
Really? Wow, that's big.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen a 20-inch.
I've seen some big flower horns, definitely, especially at stores. I wouldn't keep them in anything less than a 125. Now, you're talking to a person that keeps pairs of fish in 6 foot long tanks. That's what I do. So that's what I'm used to doing. Some people may disagree with me and say you could do it in a smaller tank. You're talking to me, and this is how I run my shop in the fish room. I would suggest a 6 foot tank, 125. Go ahead.
So Bob, thank you for the $10 for Liz's wine fund.
Sorry, guys. The other thing I wanted to talk about while I still have the time before we get to really fish stuff is if you haven't seen The Watchmen, definitely go check out The Watchmen on HBO. I know John's a big fan from KG Tropicals. I'm a huge fan. It is definitely worth your time. It is a great, great show. And forget that it's a superhero show. I think anyone in general would enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. So I'm not getting paid, obviously, by Watchmen
Wouldn't
or
that be
HBO.
nice if we were?
It would be nice.
Get some of that
But,
HBO money.
You know, if you like me, you like my style, and you like my cichlids, you might like some of the shows I watch. So I put that out there in case, some people are nerdy like me and like sci-fi and comics.
So Sparrow also wants to know, what should I do? I have a 20-gallon tall and a 55-gallon angelfish tank, but would get another tank if needed.
Say that again.
What should I do?
Mm-hmm.
I have a 20 tall and a 55-gallon angelfish tank, but would get another tank if needed.
Is this the same person that asked about the trout, or is this someone different?
Yeah, same. Well, no, not about the tropical. Yeah.
About the Malawi?
Mm-hmm.
I would get another tank if you could. I mean, I think the flagfish, is that what he said, would be all right with the angels, as long as they don't, you have to keep an eye on them as far as nipping the angels. But is that Bob?
Well, I'm not sure what's happening here. It says $1 super chats from Stainford Aquatics.
Steamfod.
Steam. What did I say?
Bob, I'm sorry. She doesn't watch a lot of YouTube.
I say?
But
and another one. I mean, what is happening here?
Thank you so much, Bob, for that. I really enjoyed your live stream yesterday with John, and I hope you got that $15 I sent directly for you and the $1 for John. So let's see if you actually got that money.
So Thirsty, the Gods show you're talking about is probably American Gods. Is that the show you're asking about?
I don't know. I'm not looking at chat, guys. I'm all OBSing right now, letting her do all the navigating with the chat. That's the one good thing about having two people do this stuff.
Ooh, and it's just scrolling too fast right now. Dadgummit.
All right. Can I talk about one more thing?
Mm-hmm.
So the premise of our live feed today is going to be, and I was going to need a lot more energy to do this. I'm going to do the best I can. We got an email from someone saying, hey, they love our videos. They went to our website, wanted to get more information, and he wanted to get my articles that I've done in magazines and stuff like that. So I thought it would be a great idea for me to take one of my articles I did, one of my publications this one is for the, let me take this down.
BB?
This one's for the ACA, and it's called the BB. It is called the Bunt Barshay Bulletin, and this is a quarterly magazine that comes out from the ACA, and I'm always proud to be in this magazine. But anyway, I thought I always come up with these ideas for live streams. And God bless Liz, because she's like, oh, that would be a great idea, honey. No one couldn't. I'll come up with, I'm going to do a fish room tour, and I'm going to have 6 cameras, and they're all going to be moving at the same time. They're going to be able to see. God bless Liz. Liz is like, okay, honey, that sounds good. And then epic failure happens. But I talked to her about this one, and she was like, okay, maybe that'll be good. My premise is, writers and authors do books, and the books do well. They become bestsellers, and then sometimes these guys come and sign their books and then read some of their articles. Right. So I thought I could go out and read some of my article, and you guys might enjoy it.
So you want to do a reading for us to this?
I want to do a reading, but I don't think I have the energy nor the excuse me, what I need to do it well, but I will try my very best. So we're going to talk about the wine of the day, which is not really wine, and almost gone. I made myself a Bloody Mary this evening to go with my illness and my illness. Your sickness? Mm-hmm. So, as you guys know, if you're fans of ours, subscribers of us, we do have a wine section where Liz talks about some wine she got. Obviously, both of us are sick, and we
didn't get out to get wine.
Didn't get out to get wine or anything like that. So you have a Bloody Mary. I have a hot coffee, just anything to soothe my throat because it's absolutely killing me right now. And as you guys know, some of you guys send super chats to Liz so she can go get some wine and talk about it and inform you guys, especially you wine drinkers out there, of stuff she's found and stuff that she's trying. So if you guys send any super chats, make sure it's directed towards Liz. This is for her wine fund. Otherwise, that money will be used for other things such as supporting Candy and her GoFund, or Pam and her GoFund, or other YouTubers who are coming up that haven't been monetized yet. A lot of times, we're blessed as a family. We have a good living, and a lot of times some of the super chats we get, we move that on to other people. So just know that if you super chat us, say it's for Liz's wine fund. Otherwise, I'm going to be sending it to other people.
So we have some suggestions for your throat.
What's that?
Jay Jr. says bourbon.
Really?
Zenon said to put maple syrup in the coffee.
Mmm.
But you'd like that. Some more sweet with your sweet.
That would be great. That would be great. All right. Can I move forward? Mm-hmm. What time is it? It's like 8:23. This is terrible. I thought we'd go for 30 minutes. Here it is. Okay. We're going to talk about my article I did. This was my favorite article for one or two reasons. Do you know why?
No.
I always get asked. I get so defensive or upset when I hear people say African cichlids are the most colorful cichlids, or saltwater fish are the most colorful cichlids. It gets in my craw. Is that how you say it?
Sure.
And so I got so frustrated about it that I actually did an article, and the article is called. Do I even have a picture of this?
I don't know.
The article is called "Doing It Big with a Splash of Color, No Salt Required." So I did this article just to let people know that there are some beautiful Central and South American cichlids that are as freaking colorful as any African cichlid or saltwater cichlid out there. It drives me freaking, I'm going to lose my voice, I can feel it. It drives me freaking nuts when people are like, oh, African, nothing against African cichlids, but you scan my room, buddy, you're going to see some incredible, good-looking, colorful fish. The second reason why I love this article so much is two of my hobby heroes, Rusty Wessel and Mo Devlin, put their own pictures to my articles. They read my article and donated their personal pictures to go with this article. So that has made it my favorite article of all time. Any questions or anything?
So, I really want to get a blood parrot. Any tips? Tank size, tank mates, diet, etc.
I'm happy that there are a lot of African cichlid lovers in the house. I think that I'm going to have to do an African cichlid tank in here, because if I'm going to call myself cichlid king or queen of cichlids, we should have an African tank in here. We should have some pistos in here. We should have a lot of different things. Right now, it's just all Central and South American cichlids with my Polynine, which is a Madagascar cichlid.
So, super chat from Steen. Foot? How am I going to say it? I can't read this letter.
Bob, I'm so sorry.
The F's and the T's are blurring for me. Rainbow fish are the most colorful cichlids.
He's like, you need to go check him out after this live feed. He's like one of the bigger YouTubers.
Well, is he the one you were showing me the other night when we were laying up in bed and you were like, look, this guy's great?
No, it wasn't him. But I would, Bob, if it, but no, it wasn't him. But
sorry,
anyway,
the letters are blurring and I'm blind as a bat. I apologize. How do you say it?
Steamfot.
Steamfot.
Okay. Are you guys ready? I'm going to read you part of my article. This is about Central and South American cichlids that are colorful. The purpose of this article was to showcase cichlids that are out there that are just as colorful as African cichlids or saltwater. Now, I've done a lot of articles, a lot of publications. My stuff's not very, I'm not your ordinary scientific writer. Like, my stuff's a little crazy. So, there's a misconception that must be rectified, a rumor run amok, a stereotype that must be corrected, and a truth that needs to be told. Like Aunt Esther said on the TV show Sanford and Son. Now, some of you guys are probably so young, you don't even know what Sanford and Son is. But it used to be Aunt Esther, and I'm going in church and all that other stuff. Hopefully, some of you old guys remember that. Anyway, Aunt Esther said on TV show, "The truth will set you free." Today, cichlid fans, we are here to set the record straight. Now, if in the immortal words of Jack Nicholson, you can't handle the truth, then please turn this page now, as I'm about to uncover. What I'm about to uncover may not be for the faint of heart. Now, if I had $1 for every time someone said African cichlids are the freshwater alternative saltwater colors, I'd be rich with a fish room the size of Rusty Wessel's. Truth is, cichlid fans, that there are many cichlids from the Central and South American regions that are as colorful, if not more so, I lost my place, and can hold their own against any saltwater fish. Now, before the salt of negative emails start flying in from the United Federation of African Cichlids, okay, I made that up, please know that I am a lover of all cichlids. I've been in the tropical fish hobby for over 30 years. In that span, I've kept various species of cichlids, including African cichlids, which I have kept successfully for many years. So that's kind of how it gets started. If you guys are interested in seeing this book or reading my articles, let me know. I'm not going to charge you anything other than postage. I have a few of these copies, and I'll be glad to send them. But I think it's a good article. I won an award for this article, and I think you guys will enjoy it. But this is just, if I don't do a lot of rants, but this is my personal rant on paper about my feelings about Central and South American cichlids versus African cichlids. Any questions, or you just...
So Troy 1 says, can you update us on the Trimac from Lucky's?
The Trimac from Lucky's, can you see it? It's right there. And isn't he fantastic? Can you see him? Now, I have to tell you guys, let's get going on this one. I have fish tanks. You guys have seen my videos. I have fish tanks in the garage, fish tanks in here. We have fish tanks all in the house. It is getting colder than I thought it would get. Sooner than I thought. It was...
Well, last year, this time, we had snow on the ground.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's been like in the 20s lately. And my garage, although nice, is not insulated. Only time... And what's funny is when you run the dryer, that hot air goes into the garage, and it kind of keeps the room warm. But when you don't dry clothes, it gets cold in there. I started noticing some of my cichlids moving much slower. Their metabolism has slowed down. Check the water. The waters were getting into the mid-60s, lower than that.
Yeah.
So I had to make room, and I had to put fish together with fish. And I did this today while I was sick. I cleaned the tanks, and then I started moving fish in from the garage into tanks. I put the Trimax here. Long story short, I put the Trimax here. And the bleaker eye or pollen eye that was here is now with the Oscars. I'll give you one more second. And the sturgeon that was in the Oscar tank is now with the arowanas. Everyone's doing well. Go ahead.
So we have a $20 super chat from Rack, River Life. Congrats on the article. Rock and rye is good for what ails you.
Rack, thank you so much. I meant to say this when I was talking about me being the diva and showing the Mariah Carey picture. Once Funk had given me a snicker and I had calmed down, I got to watch some of Rack's live stream. It was a replay, and I am so
in love with?
I'm so impressed with Rack, because one of the things he said was, you don't have to be negative. Like, if you're walking down I think he said this, Rack, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you're walking down a buffet and you see some good stuff that you like and you put it on your plate, but then you see some stuff you don't like, just walk on by it. Don't spit on it. Don't talk about it. Just grab the stuff that you want on your plate and stay positive and keep on walking down the line. And I thought, oh my God, this guy is so genuine and sincere and so smart. I wish I could have that mindset where I could be more positive. But my personality is, and it's got me, I don't say in trouble, but I've caused some drama from time to time. When I see something I don't like, I call it out, right? And so I've looked at some of the things I've done in the past concerning some YouTube stuff and said, you know what? I didn't have to say anything about that particular situation at all. I should have taken the information that was important to me and kept on walking. But I didn't. I had to say something, because I was like, well, if no one else is going to say it, I'm going to say it. And that's not always the best way to handle things. So, Rack, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, more importantly, for your advice, because I took it to heart what you said, and I'm going to try to be more like that moving forward. Whew.
So we got a couple of things here. Zenon wants to know what year and month was your article.
You're going to laugh at me, Zenon, but this was 2016, issue 287, March of 2016. I have done other articles after that, but this is my favorite, which is why I picked it. And it's because it's talking about this misinformation that Central and South American cichlids are brown fish. They're not. We have great, colorful fish.
Right.
And if you allow me to, there's red terrors, festae. There's the Tilapias bifasciatus, which we had one for 12 years. Beautiful fish. The Bacordi, Melanaris, the Trimax. I'm saying all this and I'm not showing any pictures, but I mean, this is a picture of the festae that Mo Devlin did. That picture is fantastic. Look at the colors on this fish. Let's try to see the next one. Here, these are actually my personal pictures. This is our dinner plate.
Yeah.
our bifasciatus, and this is our bacordi down here on the bottom page. Again, absolutely stunning fish. You can stop me if I...
So, Recon 338, tank heaters won't keep up in the garage, or you don't use heaters in your tanks? Question.
It's a great question. So, who was that?
Recon 338.
Recon, thank you for the question. Here's the situation. We live in an older house, okay? We had a fuse system where you had to screw in the fuse. That's how old this house is. Now, I love this house. It's beautiful. It's perfect. Tremendous. I mean, look at us. Tremendous fish room. I love this house. Don't like that there's a highway behind us. But, so the fuses would go out like once a week. And you would have to go buy one from Home Depot, and you have to screw it in. Finally, we're renting from Century 21. They've been trying to get us to buy this house. Finally, they decided to, or I don't know, because you've been bugging them the hell out of them.
No, we had the electrician come over, and they looked at the fuse box, and they said, oh my God, your house could catch on fire at any time. And I did confirm this.
Yeah.
And so they went to the homeowner, and the homeowner didn't want to replace it, but they said, this is a fire emergency. So they updated the system.
So we now have a new updated system, fuse system. However, the problem is it's tripping. Some of the fuses are tripping all the time. I was sleeping on the couch for whatever reason, woke up at 2 in the morning, and decided to just go check on the garage for whatever reason. I think one of the dogs is barking or something. And I go out in the garage, and all the power's out. And it's like 20 degrees outside. Yeah. So thank God I happened to walk in there, flip the fuse, and I'm just, long story short, Recon, I'm sorry for the long story. I don't trust that the electricity is going to stay on, especially during like a really cold period. So I'd rather take my fish that I've spent years bringing up and taking care of and get them in this fish room where I can watch them and take care of them. So.
All right, let me go back. So Jay's bedroom wants an update on the sturgeon and the doveye.
Which doveye? The doveye is doing great up here, which you can't see.
He hasn't bumped all night.
He hasn't bumped all night. That's crazy. And the sturgeon, I don't know if you heard me say it, is now in the arowana tank. He's been in there for hours. Part of moving some of the fish in from the garage into here meant that the sturgeon had to go into the arowana tank. The sturgeon was used to some colder temperatures, so I had to acclimate him for about 5 hours in some warmer temperatures. He's doing great. It works out great because the arowana stay on top and the sturgeon stays on the bottom, so it works out really good. And if you watch close enough, you'll see the sturgeon go by every now and then. In fact, he's going by right now. So there you go.
All right. So Aqua Rob, what temperature do you keep your tanks at?
Aqua Rob, I normally keep my tanks anywhere from 75 to 80 degrees, somewhere plus or minus 5. So, and again, I do a lot of breeding in here, so when we do water changes, most of the time we do cold water changes because we like to do that to simulate the seasons changing, and that will spark some of these cichlids to breed. And so that's why we do that.
Okay, so Bob, I didn't see your question. If you could repost it, I'll get to it. The Zen Ginger says, so are the tilapia we eat cichlids or just part of their name?
I'm pretty sure the tilapia you eat are cichlids. Is Chewy in the house? Chewy in the house. Is Chewy in the house?
He was. I'm sure he's lurking somewhere.
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I know, it's just like a peacock bass or cichlids, but are largemouth and smallmouth bass cichlids. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that, and I apologize, but we will certainly try to find that answer for you.
Okay, so is there any cichlids you and Liz want but don't have right now? Ooh. That was Niels Gambino, our friend from Belgium this evening.
I have a Cuban. I have black nasties, the Nanodopsis haitiensis out in the garage. Mm-hmm. I have 5 of them that are really doing well. So I have red tar. I have just about every cichlid. The only one that I don't have, and I don't know if Tom's on there or not, is the ornatum, which is a very rare fish. But we pretty much have everything which makes having projects for us very difficult. I like to have projects to work on. So in 2020, the project for me is breeding the Cubans, breeding these Oscars. Was there something else?
The Oscars was what I was thinking.
The Cubans, the Oscars, and then growing out the Haitienses. But that's about it.
Okay.
Looks like we're gonna go the whole distance, aren't we?
Yeah, looks like it. So, breaker, too much on that circuit. Yeah, there is too much on all the circuits because we have a lot of aquariums. We have a lot. It's all about finding that. It's an old house. We don't even have the 3-prong recon.
Recon.
I'm sorry. Rounded Rob.
Rounded Rob. You're absolutely right. And someone made a comment. I think one of the comments I'm going to be bringing up, how they were impressed with my fish room because it's not really a fish room, it's more like a display room. Mm-hmm. Now, I could make this much more efficient, like if I took all the canister filters out and all the hang-on backs out, and I use a central system, like we kind of have in the garage, in the kitchen. We can make this much more efficient and using less power, and we really need to consider doing that at this point. Our electric bill, my electric bill is like $400. Excuse me, guys, $400 to $500 each month. So I pay a pretty penny to have all these tanks running. I don't know what you guys' electricity bill is.
So we have a $5 super chat from Warrior Planet Tanks. How do you feel about the the Salvini, that one can hold a candle to any saltwater fish?
I am so glad you said that, Steve. Let me see. I know I had a picture of that. Where did I put it? There it is right there, Steve. Salvini. This is one of Rusty Wessel's own personal grown wild caught Salvini. To me, there is no other fish that has as much color. Now, I'm sure there's comparable. This is one of the most beautiful cichlids to me, in my opinion. Can you go that way so you're not into it? There you go. Because
we want me, you saw it.
We want to see your pretty face. But this is a Salvini on the bottom. Obviously, that's a green Terra on top. And you're right, Steve. These Salvini are some of the most beautiful cichlids in the world. And Rusty Wessel has a particular stock that he got when he did some wild collecting. In fact, he brought them to the Keystone Clash. That are absolutely spectacular. I mean, they have colors like no other Salvini I've ever seen. So thank you for the $5 super chat, and you are absolutely right, Steve. I agree 100% with you.
So LT wants to know, what is the deal with Asian arowana being illegal?
I don't I don't have an answer for you other than to think that they are concerned that these arowanas will become extinct. I know that they're legal in Canada and some other places.
I think another concern may be people releasing them, being an invasive.
No, I don't think that's an issue because you could have the same problem with the silver arowanas.
Yeah.
But I think they're concerned about the arowanas becoming extinct. So I don't know. For me, the Giardini are an acceptable alternative to the Asian. Now, they don't quite get as much color and they don't get quite as large, but for me, I know Chris from Multi-Tank Addictions had a nice Giardini. I was thinking about getting one when we went shopping at House of Tropicals. Mm-hmm. I think they're a nice alternative, and I don't particularly need to have an Asian. I absolutely love the silver arowanas.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
I think there's silver in them. I think
there's pinks in them. They're very pretty.
I think they're the best looking arowanas, but that's just my personal choice.
All right, so Bob wants to know, my Jack Dempsey from Kaler's Aquatics, my Jack Dempsey fry are 6 weeks old. Parents still protecting them from the pair of rainbow cichlids. No sign of spawning again. Do you think it's safe to leave until the parents are disinterested?
What size tank, Bob? I think you said 6 weeks and they're free swimming. Mm-hmm. I would give them another week or two, and then I would siphon them out, Bob. And then first of all, make sure you leave some of them in there, because if you don't, the pair is going to go ballistic that they don't have at least some of their fry. I always try to leave some of my fry in my tanks. The rest of them siphon out, and then over time they should spawn again. again, water changes, cold water will trigger that for you. Did I see a super chat go up, or did I miss
That was
it?
the one I read.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm still trying to catch up. There's like a ton of stuff on here.
17 minutes. We are all going to go over to Shishi Aquatics, I believe. Definitely check her out. Shishi is absolutely getting a pair of my Lioni whenever we can hook up, meet up somewhere. I got a pair waiting on you, Shishi. 91 in the house. How many likes we got? 70? Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate that. I have some questions here if you want me to go while you're looking.
Well, I have some here. Sorry. Do you know if there are going to be any Shelly breeders at OCA?
Well, I don't know if there are going to be any Shelly breeders at OCA. I know Karen and Alan are going, and they have some Shellys, so you might want to contact them. Poseidon Aquatics, is that their YouTube name? Alan and Karen? Poseidon?
Temple Poseidon.
Temple Poseidon. So definitely check them out. The great thing about OCA is that they sell out of their hotel rooms. There's like two levels of people just selling cichlids, products, fish, whatever you can think of out of rooms. It is a great time. And it's unfortunate we're not going to be able to go, but we can't swing it this time. But next year. So, did you find anything, or can I go?
So the people, I'm sorry, I was just catching up on everybody talking about their electric bills and the older houses and how high their electric bills were.
Are we in the same range as some of the other people?
They're about $400 over the winter.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
This is our last section. There's 15 minutes to go.
We have another super chat, $1.99 from the Fish Tank Barn.
Thank you, Mike.
I have seen some on the band for the OCA.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike. I'm sorry we're going to miss you. I put some comments and some questions that I found from our last 2 videos and live stream, so I'm going to go through them kind of quick. The first one is from Daniel, Keeping Fish. This is one of the comments I was talking about. I've been trying to figure out what's wrong with your fish room every time I see it, and I finally nailed it. It's because you keep saying fish room. Fish rooms tend to be collections of tanks strewn with fish equipment, paraphernalia, charts, food stores, and setups pieced together from what is available and affordable at the time. Yours is carefully considered, presented in a very high standard. And thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Yours is this. Let me see. To me, the word gallery is more appropriate a term. A fine exhibition of impressive species. Daniel, you are the best. That was cool to see the jaguar wigglers. It always impresses me that some fish species make some of the most delicate parents of the animal kingdom. So thank you so much for that, Daniel. I saw that and I was like, I gotta.
Very kind.
It was very kind of him.
So,
Next, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Aqua Rob said, would you ever add peacock bass to your 300-gallon with your arowanas? No.
The answer is absolutely no, because already we are conscious fish keepers. We already know that this tank that the arowanas are in is not going to be their forever home. We're going to have to get a bigger tank. Thank God we know John from KG Tropicals, who works for Custom Aquariums. I think that's the right name. And of course we know Ted Judy. Mm-hmm. We're going to be talking to them about getting an 8-foot long tank, a little bigger tank for these arowanas. So putting peacock bass in there with them, although it would be cool, it's just not something that we're going to do as conscious and good fish keepers. But it would look great, but my arowanas are pushing every bit of 20 inches. Don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're, oh my God.
Don't die.
I'm sorry, guys. I've really been trying hard.
So Warrior Planet Tank said, don't forget to let me know about the project I talked to you about last night. Holy crap, Bob. We have a super chat for $50. Liz and Scott, please use to help somehow in the fish fam.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate that. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm starting to feel really bad.
We're about ready to put him to bed.
No, I can't because Watchmen's coming on. I do appreciate that, Bob.
$2 from Jess Shrimp Granny. Switching it to 10 p.m. to follow Shishi Wine Fund.
All right. We'll definitely. If I can stay up, I'll be up. I got to watch Watchmen at 9 o'clock. I got to watch Shishi too, so I'll be doing that. Bob, you and I work together. You know I'll put that money to good use, and I'll let you know exactly where it went, as always. Now, I have a question up here I've had up here for a minute.
Sorry.
Michael Burr, great video. Have you ever done a video on how to transport fish to a show?
Yeah.
We absolutely have
Two
done
or three of them.
2 or 3 of those videos. So definitely check out our library, Michael. You will find them. I don't know if you're in the house tonight or not, but anytime you want to, have a question about how to transport fish, let us know. Especially big fish. I don't want to say we're experts at it, but we have a ton of experience with it. Someone like Tony Martina is an expert at it, or Scott Myers. Those guys are experts at it. Okay.
So Zenon said he downloaded the BB Bulletin with your article in it because he's an ACA member. He can do that. Now, if you are an ACA member, you can download any of the old BB issues.
Zenon, I love you so much. I really appreciate you. I meant to show you a picture too. If you go to the Cichlid Companion Room and put my name in, it pops up with my. Can I go there?
Hits.
I'm gonna show you this. It pops up with. It pops up with like my bio and stuff. Like that shows a picture of me and it says I'm an author, and then it goes on to say
that's the picture when I first met you.
Yeah, then I don't know who wrote this up, but I'm touched by it. Scott McLaughlin is a huge collector of Central and South American cichlids. His mentors include Mo Devil and Rusty Wesson and Wayne Leibel. Scott is the creator of Cichlid Club of York, PA, which was established in 2010. He was acting president of the club from 2010 to 2015. Scott retired as a CCY president in 2015 and went on to create the Cichlid Tropical Fish Information Site, King and Queen Cichlids, which he currently runs. Scott is also in charge of the American Cichlid Association, Breeder of the War Program, ACA Speaker Program, ACA Monthly Photo Contest. So,
now that was probably Rusty who wrote that.
Probably Rusty, or Juan Miguel is a really good friend as well. So that means the world to me. I do want to leave. I'm that type of guy. I do want to leave my footprint on this hobby. Like when I go, and I'm 52, so you never know. When I go, I want people to say, that guy, he did some things in the hobby. He did some things, and that means a lot to me. Anyway, this question's from Jose Fernandez. Great live stream, Scott. Although I do have one question. What's wrong with shopping at Walmart? Why am I supposed to hate it?
Well, you don't have to hate Walmart. We're not saying you have to hate Walmart.
I hate Walmart.
Just because we do doesn't mean you have to.
You don't have to hate it.
No.
And it's funny, they were talking about people being influencers. I'm definitely not an influencer.
No.
But I just can't stand that their customer service sucks so bad. And the fact that they are so big, they don't give a shit that their customer service sucks so bad. I mean, I hate every time I have to go to Walmart. I just hate it.
Well, one of the things, I hate going to Walmart. And unfortunately, there's only 1 or 2 things there that I have to get there that I can't get anywhere else. Or I can get somewhere else, but for double the price. And it's an uncomfortable experience going to the Walmart here. Going to the Walmart in Shrewsbury, I don't have a problem with. But going to the Walmart here in the city where we live, it's uncomfortable, it's not kind, it's not pleasant, it's not fun.
8 minutes till Shishi, guys. Don't forget, we're all going to move over to see Shishi and support her. And if you haven't subscribed to her for whatever reason, please make sure you subscribe to her.
See, and Ginger Graves says, pertaining to Walmart, they do not treat their employees well. I work there, so I should know. I've heard that about Walmart, not treating their employees well, or not giving people full time because they don't want to give out benefits, or other things too.
All right, this comment came from Select Pet. Great video. Thanks for the intro to the Cuban cichlid. I haven't seen them before, so that's another great reason why I love to do videos, because. And it's also the reason why I love to run shows, cichlid shows, because people get to see stuff they've never seen before. So
now somebody did ask tonight, and it might have been Select Pet, asked for an update on the Cubans.
The Cuban is doing fantastical. The female and him, they're doing something. I got rocks and stuff moved. I'm thinking it's about to happen, guys. If this happens, I'm going to be ecstatic. So thank you for asking that. Ricardo Neves, nice touch with a signed hat from the Aquatic Experience. That was 2 hours ago. He must have been talking about the hat I had on when I went to go pick up the
video.
Oscars. Yes, that hat was my opportunity. When people asked me to sign something, I asked them to sign my hat because I wanted them to feel the same way they were making me feel. So there's a couple of YouTubers on that hat. I think Joseph signed it and maybe John, but the majority of that stuff is people that came to us to say hi and thank us for being on King and Queen Cichlids.
So we have a $5 super chat from Multi-Tank Addiction, our buddy Chris.
Hey, Chris.
So when are you going to be setting up a 6-foot microgeophagus ram's eye tank? Want to see how you will be doing with a smaller cichlid tank.
That's not going to happen, Chris, but I'm glad you did. Thank you for the super chat. Makes me remind everyone to remember to please support Chris. Buy his calendar. He's putting out this fantastic calendar. Some of the proceeds are going to go help. Is that Chewy? Who is that?
No, it's Rico. He wants attention.
Some of the proceeds are going to help Pam, Punchy54, and it's an absolutely great calendar. I'm looking forward to getting mine. I purchased it last week. Chris, where's my calendar? I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. So here is a comment from Mob Guppy. Scott, what I appreciate about your tanks, you make them all gorgeous to look at. Most people, including me, who breed fish are not interested in beautiful tanks. Thank you very much, Peter. I appreciate that comment. I like to aquascape, and I've said this a million times, my tanks to kind of be like their biosphere, whatever you want to call it. I think they are healthier and breed more when they feel like they're in their own natural surroundings.
So, $9.99 super chat, Jose Fernandez. Walmart is the place we poor people shop. And you can get good things at Walmart.
So, Jose, I answered your question. Thank you so much for the super chat. Again, time check, 5 minutes till we go to Shishi. I guess we did make it, huh?
Yeah, and somebody asked me to comment earlier about Walmart treats you like you're a thief. Our Walmart just put in these devices that they don't let you out without going through these doors now.
True, but we had a couple of we had a really nice old man that we knew.
Oh, he was
Walmart.
so sweet.
That loved us to death.
But on the other side,
yes,
was a nasty old lady.
Yeah, and I told her how I felt about that.
Very nice.
I had to shout this comment out. Frederick Spanberg said, "Best voice on YouTube for sure." I couldn't.
That was meaning mine, right?
No, you weren't even in the video.
Oh.
I couldn't believe he left that comment because, in my mind, Rack Cross has the best voice.
Oh my god!
I love Rack's voice. When
It's
it
like
comes
listening
to
a PBS broadcast that I just wants to lull me to sleep. I love it.
She didn't mean that. And
No,
so does
in
Rob
the
the
most
Freeze. I
relaxing,
think
best
both
way.
of those guys have some fantastic voices. So I was tickled pink when I saw that one.
I mean, Rack, I could listen to you talk about whatever. I can't.
Hey,
wait.
Scott, awesome. Hey, Scott, awesome question. Your thoughts on running carbon? What would be your idea of a more clear water look? Would poly wool be better? You want to take that one, or?
I'm sorry. Well, I was reading. Your thoughts on running carbon? What would be?
We don't run.
We don't run carbon.
We don't run carbon.
I run poly to clear the water. But yeah, no.
We are a sponge filter family, and then we have some hang on the backs just to help.
Yep.
You know, polish the water
With
a little bit.
Fluff and other stuff
Exactly.
in it.
I mean, we buy that cheap filter fluff that you stuff puppets with, and that's what we use. And our tanks are fairly clean. I mean, you can see the tanks behind us. So, carbon, I mean, you can use it. In my experience, I think I've been told that after a while, that carbon, you might need to replace it because after a while, it will release everything that it's taken out of the tank. So, definitely want to keep an eye on that. You got something for me over there?
A lot of Walmart comments.
Really?
Yeah,
Sorry, guys.
I'm sorry to get y'all started on that. So, hey, Scott, you will be happy to know it was because of you guys and Andy Woods that I got into American Cichlids. I love my Dovite Jag, Red Devil, lots of personality, separate tanks, of course. From, and I'm going to screw this up, Giselle Joe.
It's so funny you said that because my next comment, and I know Chris just gave us another super chat. Andy Woods left this comment for me. Beautiful Chancho, got mine February 2014 from Cichlids of the Americas. Was wondering if ours are related. One thing I never done in the hobby is go to a show. Maybe I should. Sounds fun. Happy fist keeping to you, sir, from England. I love Andy Woods. I think he's a great YouTuber. Definitely check him out. And I'll shut up now.
2 minutes, guys. We got to shut this down. $10 super chat from Ginger Graves. Wine and cough medicine fund. Feel better soon. Thank you very
Ginger.
much.
You are the kindest soul I've ever known. I mean, and I love watching your stuff too, Ginger. So I haven't checked your video out this week. I don't know if you put one out this week, but I'll definitely check it out.
All right.
And we're gonna wrap it up, right?
Yeah, we have to because it's like less than 1 minute.
She. Let's go. She. And I'm gonna take my butt to bed.
All right.
Thank you guys so much.